Hi guys, welcome back to a new episode with MTG Josh. Today I've got a really spicy deck. This is one of my favourites. It's a Teamer Elementals deck using Omnath, Locus of the Roil. So this is the 3 mana one. And it says whenever Omnath, Locus of the Roil enters the battlefield, it deals damage to any target equal to the number of elementals you control. So this is a really good removal spell just in itself. You're always going to get at least 1 damage out of this, but usually in this deck it's a lot more. And it's got an awesome ability, second one, which has whenever a land enters the battlefield on your control, put a counter on target elemental you control. If you control 8 or more lands, draw a card. So yeah, this is really fantastic elemental lord. Some of the best cards to go in this deck you may have seen in the standard a few years ago. Risen Reef, I think this is the best card in the deck. Whenever Risen Reef or another elemental enters the battlefield on your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it on the battlefield tapped. If you don't put the card on the battlefield, put it into your hand instead. So this is so powerful just for getting new cards. Another synergy piece that we will use with Risen Reef is Chandra Acolyte of Flame. Each turn she can use the 0 ability to create 2 elementals. They gain haste, sack them at the end step. So we don't care that they go away. The best part is that they come in, they trigger the Risen Reef twice. You can get 2 lands into play and swinging for some damage. So yeah, a lot of synergies with elementals. And then one of my other favourite ways to kill the opponent is Cavalier of Flame. Once you've got loads and loads of little baby elementals out, you can pump your whole team, give them all haste and +1 power. You can do this more than once, so you can definitely finish people off as long as you have enough mana that you should have accumulated throughout the beginning of the game. So yeah, if you're a fan of elementals, you're going to love this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more different and cool decks like this. Cool, let's get into some games. Okay, opponent goes first. They're another mono black Tergrid deck. So seeing a lot of those lately. Our starting hand is pretty good, but we're probably not going to get to see many of them, seeing as they're a discard deck. They might have a Thoughtseize or Duress to screw us over, or some other ways. So Inquisition, that probably takes the Elves or the Cobra. Okay, so they went for the Cobra. So there is a bit of anti-synergy with the Tergrid deck, because if their curve's really aggressive and they're making us discard stuff early on, this means that they don't have any way to discard later on when Tergrid's on the field. So it's interesting to note that. We don't actually have a early 3 drop, so yeah, just going to swing in for 1. So next time we could go for Solemn, get ourselves some more land. Arena, so that's a great one for our opponent there. But yeah, I think Ramping's good. I think we can go for some blue mana. So annoyingly, we don't actually have any elementals out yet, so Omnath's only going to deal 1 damage. Okay, so Obliterator could be an issue here, because if we deal damage to it, we sack that many permanents. So we definitely want to avoid that. We've got multiple choice, so depending on how much mana we pump into this, we can do quite a lot of things. So it could be tempting to do that. So we've got 6 mana. Yeah, let's do that, I think. Okay, so let's scry that away, we don't need that. And this is a good top deck there. Okay, so we make them bounce their Obliterator and then we can swing in. I feel like we're missing a few abilities on there. Oh, okay, so if X is 4, we do 3 things above you. That's worded in a really weird way. Okay, fair enough. There's a lot more words than things I thought was going to happen, so... So here comes the Obliterator again. Thoughtseize, probably taking the Nissa here. So interesting that they... Okay, that's fair enough. What else can we do? Go for the Wave Sifter. We want to get some pressure out there. If they attack the Obliterator, that's fine. We're not going to block it. But even if we did block it, we do have some clues now that could get rid of it. So another benefit of playing the permanents first is it's harder for Tergrid to steal them. So by keeping a sorcery and a land, if Tergrid is out and they make us discard, they won't get the sorcery. But it is tempting to play the Omnath and then maybe play a land so we can draw an extra card. But whatever we draw, they have a chance of discarding. But yeah, I think we can do this. So this will come in, it will deal, I think it's 3 damage, so we deal it to their face. And then we play the land, put the counter on the Wave Sifter. Yeah, I mean they could kill any of our pieces here. And I'm tempted to keep the Grow from the Ashes back. Because if for whatever reason we get to keep the Grow, then next turn, if Omnath's on the field, we could draw 2 cards as well, because we can kick this to get 2. The opponent is fairly low now. We have technically got lethal on board, especially with the Phyrexian Arena making them go down. Obviously a board wipe would be really bad. See what they do. If they choose to attack, then they'll probably have a board wipe. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be something like Blood on the Snow, perhaps, or a Ritual of Soot, something like that. Maybe the Exile one. That would definitely be good. So yeah, Blood on the Snow comes down. We might as well use some mana here to draw a card. Okay, Rowan's decent because she can deal 1 damage. That will definitely help. Annoyingly, they can bring the Obliterator back. Yeah, we do get some good card advantage off the things we lost as well. Exiling our graveyard is not going to be that relevant, I don't think. Yeah, and we might as well draw another card. So we've basically got a full grip back. So even though we lost our army, it's not the end of the world. So I'm happy to go Omnath 1 to the face. And yeah, play a land, put a counter on that, draw another card. And yeah, let's see what happens. If they kill Omnath again, that's fair enough. We can try to slowly whittle them down with the Rowan. She can deal 1 damage to each opponent. But if we've drawn 3 or more cards this turn, deal 3 damage to each opponent. So that could be relevant if we had Omnath out and we drew a few extra cards. Lightning Bolt to their face. So now they make us sack or discard. We give those cards to the opponent. Davriel's going to make us sack. Discard a card.
Scary, but underneath, I'm just a normal
discard a card. Okay. So I guess we can give them a land, because we can only play 1 land a turn anyway. So they will get that. Question is, can we deal enough damage to them in time? Okay, so what could we do? Well, we definitely want to kick the Grow from the Ashes, so that means we can draw some extra cards here. So don't forget, every land that comes in puts a counter on Omnath, and we also draw some cards. Oh, we even have a Flying Haste Guide. This could be really helpful. And then we play a land, put a counter on the Stormkin. And then we've got 4 mana still. So let's boost some more, draw some more cards and get some more ramp out. Yeah, so it's a shame we didn't get the Lightning Stormkin earlier, because that would have actually been lethal. But yeah, definitely going to swing in, and actually they will be very close to death because the Phyrexian Arena. So they're going to be at 1 life, which means that by keeping the Rowan in our hand, they might not be able to see that we actually have victory here. Liliana comes in.
I am the master here.
So, strangely enough, they either have to gain life or kill their own threats in arena. I don't think they currently have a way to do either of these.
Empty
So get rid of the
your
counter spell because we can't use it anyway. Turgid gets no value from discarding instants or sorceries. Each player discards the cards in hand and picks up new 2/2s. Okay, well they still lose, I think. Even though they get all of our stuff, none of our stuff can actually save them. Because they don't have any flyers either. So luckily we didn't have any insane haymakers because that would have actually finished us off. But yeah, they're literally dead on board. They have no flying blockers. They've got no way to
A little death never hurt anyone.
stop their arena going off.
Death.
So I'm just trying to think what blue card could they have? Unsummon? But they're actually on a black deck, so they can't do that.
I'll make quick work of you.
So double block that, and then we can triple block the Brushfire Elemental. Oh, we can't. But yeah, we win that one. That was pretty close. The Awaken the Erstwhile there, pretty brutal card. No one ever sees it coming as well. Moving on to the next game. So this is very weird. Like, I've not faced an Omnath deck for a super long time. As soon as I make one, there's a mirror match. I don't even mind if it's like saying the cards in our decks are similar. I just would rather not face a mirror. Not asking for too much. But yeah, here we go. Here's the mirror match. Okay, so they're going down a similar route to us, using the healer. That's a great card. But yeah, let's cultivate now. I guess it's a good time to get double red, because we've got the Rekindling Phoenix. See, going first here is a huge difference though, because it means we can cast our Omnath before them and then take out one of their small guys, and that makes their Omnath weaker. So that could be legit. Okay, so we definitely have a great head start here, especially with their 2 tap lands. Chandra could be cast the following turn. 5 mana, what could we do? Yeah, I think we get out the Phoenix. Only because we couldn't have killed their 1/2 anyway, because we only have one elemental with the Omnath. Oh, here comes Frostlinks. That is quite annoying actually. So we do have a shock, which is pretty good. So for now, I think what we'll do, go for Omnath. So we only have 1 damage, that's fine, but we've got Evolving Wilds. And then we can sack it to put another counter on Omnath. And I think we get another Forest. Yep, so we're going to protect our Omnath by making it big enough so they can't shock it or bolt it. So here they probably kill the Llanowar Elves. Unfortunately, because we're in a mirror match, we're in an awkward position where Chandra isn't very good. Okay, that was really odd, because don't they realise that this just comes back on our upkeep? That was a strange move there, got to say. So yeah, now we can cast Chandra. They should have killed the Llanowar Elves. I'm pretty sure that's cost them the game now.
I've got other things to burn.
Yeah, so be careful guys, make sure to read your cards. Obviously the opponent didn't realise that the Kindling Phoenix said it comes back. Okay, and now we just hold back because we want Chandra to stay alive. See the difference? If they had killed the elves there, I would not have been able to use Chandra, and then I wouldn't have been able to kill Omnath. So it's just a domino effect. One mistake, unfortunately, just costs you the whole game sometimes. And they still have a chance, but by me resolving that Chandra, it's made it incredibly difficult for them. Also, they mutated underneath, I think. So that's a 1-2 rather than a 3-3. Very unusual there. Yeah, so let's just uptick, seeing as the middle ability does no damage anyway.
Too hot for ya.
I think it will shock that now to stop them mutating any longer. And then we can go for the overgrown elemental. And then we might as well go for the Destiny Spinner as well. See, I'm slightly thrown off because I'm used to getting absolutely crushed by most players. It could be that this particular player hasn't used the deck yet, which is completely understandable. There's a lot of nuance to this format. But yeah. The Chandra Ultimate, sorry not Ultimate, the Chandra Emblem, then it makes it really difficult to come back from as well because it's extra damage per turn. You can't get rid of the emblem. So she's very problematic, Planeswalker, especially good against control or an empty field such as this. For the opponent to come back now, they'd have to do a board wipe or perhaps use some kind of ultimatum. But playing one or two things a turn now, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back. Especially when they're not in white or black, which is the primary board wipe colours. Okay, so Tectonic Giant. So if I target that, they get some abilities. So hopefully we don't need to target that yet. So what's the proc condition on this? A spell. So abilities are fine. Firstly, let's play a land. Put more counters on our dudes. And then we can go Frost Links to tap the Giant. And then, yeah, let's get another emblem.
No pressure.
And then we might as well swing with the team. Does that change the clock if I attack with one more? So that's 14. No, I think that's fine. Okay, so we've paralysed their Tectonic Giant there. And we have a nice way to get rid of an artifact or enchantment if they play something really powerful here. So they're on virtual 3 life, even if they wipe our field, including Chandra, they'll be on 3, and then 1, and then they'll be dead. So they're definitely on a powerful clock. Flood of Tears. That's certainly a card. So yeah, that does help them a lot. As I said, with the Chandra there, it's going to make it pretty rough for them to come back from this. So what's the best thing to do here? So I've got 3/6 mana. I can reduce their clock. I can kill them when I just cast the Omnath later on. So I might as well just go for Chandra and another emblem.
I need some kindling. And you are... Is it just me?
And then we
Or
can
is it
discard a
getting little
Destiny
warm
Spinner
in
here because
here?
that's not going to be useful. So not only does the opponent have to gain life, they have to somehow continuously gain life. And I don't think there's a way for them to come back even more now. The hole is even deeper than it was. Cool. Okie dokie, so facing an Illuna Mutate deck. So I've come across 2 styles of this deck. Let's see which one it is. There's one which basically combos into Omniscience, and that's the only permanent in the deck. That's the scary one. And there's a slightly less scary one which is based on creatures. So hopefully it's the latter. So yeah, it's got Flying Trample Mutate. Whenever you mutate, exile cards from the top until you exile a non-land permanent. Put that card onto the battlefield or into your hand. So yeah, I once faced someone with Omniscience as the only win con in the deck. And a lot of spells and instants that made token creatures. So that's how you get around the mutating aspect. But okay, so this is a legitimate creatures deck, so that's good. So we're going to have an interesting game, hopefully. I'd love to be able to kill this, but for now, let's go for Search. It's going to be a tricky matchup, because I've got 1, 2, 3, they're probably going to have a few more ramp spells, so we're probably going to see mutate earlier than turn 6. And they get to basically roll the dice on what they get, so it could be something terrible, could be something powerful, but yeah, it's definitely one of the strongest mutate creatures you can get. Out of the 5 from Ikoria, probably the best one. Ooh, even just drawing a card is nice for that Dreamtail Heron. Ooh, Scampering Scorcher, that would be good if we had an established field, but for now I just want more mana stuff. What can we do? See, let's cast a Clothis. So funnily enough, this game feels very different from the previous games. This is a bit more of a control-y start. Didn't intend it to be like this, I've just put support cards in, but... So with Search for Scanter, okay, so fair enough, they're going to draw a card and destroy Search for Scanter. Okay, that's annoying, but yeah, that's just the way it is sometimes. Mutate's really powerful. So just going to have to hope we get some kind of removal spell soon. Swing in. So whenever they mutate now, just draw Artifact Enchantment, draw a card, and if it's Illuna, you basically roll dice to see what you get off the top. So let's see if they've got that extra mana to do that. So yeah, they do have the mana. And remember that this also still taps for green or blue because it's on top of the Mana Elf thing, the Mana Pixie. So Illuna would come in tapped if they mutate now. But it's still probably worth it. If we can somehow get to a point where we've resolved an Nyxbloom Ancient, that would be epic. Wow, okay, so a Shire comes in, that's huge. Don't really want to exile the lands yet, because we kind of want to save that for a turn where we can ramp a bit more. So for now, I think we go Escape to the Wilds. Okay. Decent hits there. Shadow Spear could be relevant. And we might as well swing in the Flyer because we don't really want to block yet. We want to try and get maximum damage. So the scary thing is opponent has a heck of a lot of damage on the field. If they mutate, they're going to kill our Shadow Spear, I just realised, so that's fair enough. Did forget about that. It's a real shame that we didn't have an extra... Okay, fair enough, they're going for their own Nyxbloom Ancient. Okay, so we don't have... So we've only got lands. 3, 4, 5, 6... Okay, so we'll go for the land. Let's see what we can do here. Add green. I think we're going to die next turn anyway, so we might as well shock ourselves. Is there any point in doing the Nyxbloom Ancient? Not really sure. Don't really know what to do. Yeah, this is... I mean, we could cast the Omnath. And then we could flicker it, or we'll see. We'll see what we can do. So cast this guy, 3 damage. Interesting. So they've only got 15 life and they've only got 1 blocker. This is interesting. This is very interesting. So let's deal 3 damage to the Nyxbloom Ancient. We can what can we do? What's better here? Teferi's Time Twist, so we need 2 open. So equip the Shadow Spear to the Clothis, because that gives us the most life. And then we swing in. Let's see what they do. Maybe I should have gone for the face. That would have been 6. I think I might have missed lethal here. Yeah, I've actually legitimately missed lethal. Oh, that is a shame. Yeah, because that's another 3. Okay, so all we've got to do is last until our upkeep because of my stupid mistake. Yeah. Oh, that was such a sad mistake to make. So they have to kill Clothis here. See what they get. Probably going to get something mental now, aren't they? Ember Cleave or something. Okay, so we don't need the Shadow Spear. Uro. Oh no, they gain life. They could have got anything, but they got the thing that gained life. Oh, that sucks. That sucks majorly. And they still have 3, 4, 5, like 20 mana as well. Or 15 mana. Oh no, more than that, because these are all forests, aren't they? So they've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3, 24 mana. So I can't block the Illuna. Okay. Oh, as if they had Uro. That's such a shame. Coma. Okay. Coma is scary. Oh, I'm so annoyed with myself. And the opponent knows it as well. They know I missed it. I can feel it. I can feel. Yeah, they're just desperately playing all the blockers now. I'm gonna keep myself if I lose this. Okay, so here comes the dude. I mean, that's actually quite a good ability as well, but they seem to have... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. Cultivate. How? Who would have thought that Cultivate would have been a good card here? Right, 3. Play a land. Target Elemental. Are the only flyers? I'm scared now. Don't need to cast that. I don't think. Let's go Cultivate. Oh shit. Yeah, they've got the Coma, haven't they? The Coma can just tap something down. Got our own Shire. This is interesting. Alright, we're going to get a long game. Ah, damn it. Damn it. Yeah, they could just top it down with the Coma. Target the elemental I control. So I guess the thing is we're going to have to force them to do this, aren't we? Okay, so go to combat. So they're going to use the Coma to tap down our flyer. But that does mean that's one fewer tap in their turn. We can still block enough to... Oh, fighting. Savage, savage. Okay, so it's going to die. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Damn it. Okay, so now we have to pass the turn again. Annoyingly, their Coma makes serpents every turn, so that's going to be more blockers. So yeah, pass the turn. I kind of want my Omnath to die, because if Omnath dies I can recast it. One good thing is multiple choice can return something to their hand, so we'll see what happens. They might not attack. They're going to get rammed through back. Okay, that could be it then. Might have enough now. Because if they kill our most mana pip Omnath, then that means that they can. We have 2 fewer blockers. Okay, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So they trade? Oh no, they don't trade because it deals damage. Oh, it's not even a fight spell. Okay. Yeah, they're making this very difficult. They're making this very, very difficult. Okay, so we definitely have to block the Ashaya. Okay. Oh, I can't believe all this because I made a mistake. As if they're at 3 life as well, I can't even deal... Although actually, saying that... Actually... What's the wording of this? So first we get rid of that card. So it says... Its activated abilities can't be activated. Well... Doesn't that just mean that... I win? Oh my god, if this resolves, I win. Oh, is that enough? Have they got anything that I've missed? Oh, that was insane. Oh, that was a freaking close game. So even if I just had Omnath, that would have been enough, luckily. Yeah, because I had another elemental. Oh my goodness. That was a crazy game. Whew. Moving on to the next one then. Okay, so we're facing a mono black Sorin Vampires deck. My starting hand looks cool, but it's a bit risky. We don't have the 3rd land, so we're mulling. And now we've got a lovely display of mana. So we'll start off with the forest. I don't think Lotus Cobra is going to survive. But we'll see. We'll see. Take a risk. They don't always have removal, but mono black does have a lot. Might play creature. Oh, okay, so here comes a creature. That's good. Cultivate. Ooh la la. So now we can go for green here. Then we cultivate. Let's get a green and a red. And then we can play green. And then growth spiral. And then play green. And then get red. Oh my goodness, the sequencing there was spot on there. That was lucky. And then Cobra's done its job, swing in. And they trade. That's fine with me. Lotus Cobra has done its thing. Here comes Sorin. Are they going to put a vampire into play? Yep, they are. Could be anything huge. And it's a Drana. Fantastic. So, 5 mana. Let's go for the multiple choice. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, we want a land on, ideally, to draw. That would be good. Choose a player. That's really weird the way that works, by the way. It says choose a player, but there's like no icon. Yeah, that was enough to slap at the face. Cool. Okay, so we go first against Zabaz, the Glimmer Wasp. So they're going to be a modular artifact style deck. Very complex general they're using. So yeah, it's like a reverse Panharmonicon. So if a modular trigger with ability put one or more counters on creature control. So it puts that many counters on a creature control, put that many +1. So it doubles death modular. And you can destroy an artifact you control, which is very odd, but it's a good way to trigger your modular. And you can get flying, so I guess you can make it pretty scary. I think here we're going to go for the tap land and then the spinner. But the cool thing is we do have Omnath that can deal with their stuff, and the stratagem which can flicker our stuff as well, so that's nice. Shadow Spear. Lifelink modular 1, so they want to put a counter onto Zabaz. So yeah, let's not block that. That would be silly. So I think, what happens if you kill Zabaz then? So I guess with the new commander rules, it will see the trigger when it dies, won't it? So that'll put 2 counters on the Arcbound Mauser. Do I really want that to happen? I guess we have to start killing them eventually. We can't just not kill them. I guess that's the vulnerability of their deck. Oh, that's interesting because it... Okay, so if you kill the general, it doesn't see the passive ability on it. So it only put 1 counter on the Mauser instead of 2. So that's a 4/4, okay. We do have a really good synergy here though with the Risen Reef and Heal of the Glade. So you're about to see the power of uncommons. Oh baby, and especially getting a land, that's super good. So let's put the counter on the Risen Reef, keep that protected. Play a healer. Another land would be exquisite right about now. So it technically is a land, you just play it on its other side, that's good. So put a counter on Omnath. And then yeah, we'll just hold up. Our field is pretty juicy, we've got a lot of things out. Stratagem is awesome. Flicker 2 things, then draw a card. What more could you ask for? So we're going to get double triggers here. Probably shouldn't have put the counter on Omnath, seeing as we're thinking about flickering him. So despite the opponent having an artifact general, don't forget it is red and white. So they will have access to board wipes or red bolt effects. Oh, it feels really combo-y though. Nettle Cyst. So this gets bigger with all the artifacts and enchantments they control. Here he comes. So yeah, no blocks. Okay, so what's the crew cost of this? 3. So they can't crew it, so we can kind of safely attack. So actually, I think we attack first. So leave that behind. Yeah, so attack with these guys. If they try and kill the Risen Reef, then I flicker it. Okay. Or I could even do this. Yeah, I'd rather do this actually. Because I want to kill the Mauser. The modular will put counters on the Nettle Cyst, but if we can somehow bounce it... Oh, okay, so they're going to go for that. So now I think we flicker these guys. And then that means the modular counters disappear. So yeah, kill the Ornithopter. So the nice thing about this is we've reduced the power of the Nettle Cyst as well. Oh, beautiful. More lands, please. And we'll put another counter on... So yeah, we'll put the counters on the Glade now, I think. So another land on top. So now when we play lands, we draw cards. So we're looking at it, we're in a really good spot. We've got the Essence Flux as well to flicker our Omnath. So when building a deck like this, I guess any flicker effects work perfectly with this guy. Yeah, the synergy is just too high there. That was pretty good. If you guys enjoyed watching these videos today, don't forget to check out my other videos on my channel. And most of all, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this.